What's up, YouTube? I'm back with a new video. This one's gonna be super short. Let's get straight to it. I lucked up and was able to get my hands on the Pyxis 12k. So I just wanted to do a quick video, really just touching on why I purchased this camera. If you recall from another video, I actually had the Blackmagic, the Pyxis 6k, and I still have the Cine. So point blank period, it's the quality. The 12k sensor, the full frame sensor, I mean, it's definitely, it's all the way up there. And what I mean when I say that is, I got to a point where I kept watching the footage on the Cine 12k, and of course you can match the cameras, and honestly, I just preferred the footage out of the Cine 12k. So with that being said, when Blackmagic, announced this camera, it was kind of a no-brainer. I told myself, I said, you know what, if I can get this camera, if I have the means, and if I'm able to get my hands on it, I'll go ahead and get it. And you're probably wondering, well, what did you do with your 6k? So what I did was, one of my good friends, Dr. Shadow, if you follow me on Instagram, then you've seen Shadow. It's like, he's pretty much like a brother to me. Essentially, he purchased the 6K from me, and I ended up getting this. So I've replaced my 6K with the 12K. So now effectively, as we continue shooting this independent feature film, we now have two full frame cameras that have the exact same quality, but now we have it in a much smaller capacity. For example, this, I can just throw it on a gimbal if we need to get some static shots, so I don't have to necessarily use a Steadicam if I don't want to. And it just makes for easier to use. I mean, like I said, smaller, lighter, more compact, so you can pretty much rig it up and just do different things. Now, me personally, this is gonna be my B camera, my official B camera. I'm done with cinema cameras, so I'm not really gonna rig it up too much. I'm just gonna literally use the same cage I had on the Pyxis 6K. And this will just be the B cam. So it's actually gonna optimize shooting. It's gonna make it way quicker and faster to kind of just really get through the movie. So this way I'm not really having to do any extra work. And like I said, the main reason, like I said, I bought this camera was quality. So now let me talk to the people who are just kind of still looking at cinema cameras and you really don't know which one to get. Let's kind of go through a few things. Honestly, it depends on the type of shooter you are. If you want more of that all-in-one type of camera, I think the Cine 12K is definitely the camera. But if you're someone who wants something smaller that you can kind of do a little bit more with, but you lose a couple things like built-in ND, I think the Pyxis 12K is going to be a good pickup. Like I said, quality-wise, quality is going to be identical. This has the exact same sensor. However, you do lose some of the frame rate. So one of the cool things about the Cine 12K, like up to 224 frames slow motion. So let's say you're doing commercial work, that's going to stand out. With that being said, you can still do slow motion on this. It's just not going to give you the same slow motion capabilities of that camera. With that being said, I'll do more videos in the future, but I really just kind of want to do a quick touch base. A lot of y'all are probably wondering how I'm going to power this camera. Me specifically, I'm just going to use V-mount batteries, and actually I have a B-mount to V-mount adapter as well, so I can even use my B-mounts for the Cine. So I'll do a follow-up video in terms of like run times and different things like that. I know people were doing some videos, but I do have some pretty big V-mount batteries already. So that's what I plan to run with this. But yeah, I just want to do a quick video. If you're trying to get this camera, I would just continue to look. I believe it's on back order at a lot of places, but if you're patient, just keep browsing, you'll find one. And that's pretty much what I did. Like I said, this is just gonna make the movie go much faster. And honestly, a lot of work. The previous short films and any films I've done, I've always been a single cam type of guy. I'm like, oh, you can do single cam. And trust me, you really can. But if you have the multicam set up, it does make it easier, especially when you're working on a project that's super ambitious. So that was really, my reasoning. Like I said, I preferred the sensor on the Cine 12K. So the fact that they put it in a smaller body, I mean, it was just a no-brainer. And I think if you're looking for a camera, especially if you're an experienced shooter, I think you'd be happy with either camera. Like I said, my favorite thing about this camera, or these cameras in general, is the quality. And the funny thing about it all, or like I've said a couple times, the very first cinema camera I had was the Pocket 6K. So it's just full circle moment. I'm fully engulfed in the Blackmagic ecosystem, and honestly, can't wait to put this camera to use. Hopefully the different media cards work with it, so we'll talk more about that. But yeah, this is going to be an excellent B cam to the Cine. So I just want to do a quick video, quick touch base. If you're looking for the camera, keep on looking. Like I said, I just found it online. I specifically got this from Hot Rod Camera. They happen to have one in stock, so I would say just keep on looking. People are getting them, so with that being said, you can definitely get yours. Just keep on looking and you'll find it.